And that also segues it for me into what's happening with Justin Fields. And while I love the fanfare and I love the camaraderie around it, and if we can kind of segue into that second part of what we were talking about, I think we're about 20 minutes in.
I just love the conversation that I saw you respond to it on Twitter, and I was like, we're talking about this.
We're talking about it today. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing, and I've said this 1,001 times, and some people look at it as hate. I don't care. Sometimes you have to allow people to earn the praise you give them. There are players in this league who get the praise they've absolutely earned. You know the reason why people can sit there and say Patrick Mahomes is the best QB in the league? Because he earned it. Why they can say Aaron Rodgers is one of the best QBs in the league? Because he earned it.
And drugs.
Why it's a lot of different players at their position who absolutely earned what they're talking. I didn't hear what he said.
That's an and drugs.
Yo. Hey,
I don't know what to do with that one. All right, keep it moving. But they earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the running back situation, you want to know why somebody it's really crazy that some of these running backs are having to fight for some of these contracts because they make up a large portion of the offense and they earn the money that they're asked for. Some of them, not all of them. Like yeah. I'm with Pat. You don't pay every running back. All right, I get that. Justin Fields ain't earned a lot of the stuff that people are saying about him. He's not over Trevor Lawrence as a QB.
But here's where I'll push back on it. This is not the media saying this. This isn't the media saying this. The NFL players voted on this. The NFL players put Justin Fields above Trevor Lawrence. The people that have to stop him put him above Trevor Lawrence. And to me, it is because of what LT said. Kid was basically referring to a segment on, I don't even remember which show it was. But LT basically came on and said that Justin Fields can do something that Trevor Lawrence can't, and he can get to the point where he's throwing like Trevor Lawrence is, and Trevor Lawrence can't do that yet. Trevor Lawrence will never be able to run like Justin Fields is, or just like Justin Fields does. And I think the thing is, at the end of the day, if Justin Fields even becomes half of what Trevor Lawrence is as a passer, there's always something that the NFL finds unstoppable. And I don't think there's anything that the league finds unstoppable with Trevor Lawrence. I think that's why they voted that way. And I think that's why the Bears are going to have so much optimism. I talked about that in camp a couple of times up to this point, where the Bears' best weapon is the unknown, and that they have two of it. Nobody's figured out how to stop DJ Moore. Nobody's figured out how to stop Justin Fields running the football. So guess what? They're going to overcommit to those things. When you overcommit to those things, you usually leave other guys open. And it just makes things easier for you. Now, I also said I don't know if I could put Justin Fields above Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence has won a playoff game. And Justin Fields has won 5 games to this point. But we do have to take into account that the people who voted on this are the guys that see the guys week in and week out.
I get it. You know, there was a funny thing about those particular lists. There was a players list, different sport, NBA, that had Kobe Bryant ranked as the 48th, I think it was in the 40s, best player in the league at a time where he was top 5.
Didn't wasn't that at ESPN?
I don't recall this.
Yeah,
did the owners do that, or did the players do that? I think that was the owners.
I think honestly what it is, I'm with Pat, bro. The play and this is the thing that I want you to understand, right? It's one thing to like this be your first time on the NFL top 100 or whatever. He could have easily been down there with Trevor in the 90s. To be all the way up at 86 already, like, and then not only that, but you gotta remember like the players that was giving him praise even before the list came out. I was telling Pat like Darius Slay was heavy on like, oh man, like Justin, bro, like I've never seen this, bro. This is immaculate. You have people saying that, yo, if he got the talent, they're going to be a problem. Now the talent is finally matching up to what's on the field. And it's like Pat is saying, now they got to go out and stop that. Like DJ Moore, the 1,000-yard receiver that never had a quarterback.
I think that's the funniest part too. Like when you look at what the player, just take this in as a Bears fan, y'all. This has never been done. I don't care what year you were. There was never any point where players around the league was looking at the Bears quarterback just like, hey, that mug cold. Y'all just suck.
bro, they was talking.
Y'all quarterbacks suck, but everybody else cold. For the first time ever, he cold. Y'all just suck.
Bro, and the thing is, like, I remember they were showing the clip. I think it was the Dolphin. I forget who the linebacker was. He was like, man, we played him. I'm looking over at the clock. Can't stop him. I don't know. Like, bro, it's
now it is with his legs. At a quarterback position, you want it to be with his arms.
Yeah,
so
but
I get
also said once he gets the weapons, it's going to be an issue. Like it's not a matter of if, it's just when.
My favorite
thing. It's like now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I think what's funny is like it's for like. I think Justin Fields will be the only quarterback in NFL history for the Bears where everybody's consensus will be if he's not good, y'all screwed this up. Y'all broke him. By the way, side note, because I just still had AJ Brown up on the page. Y'all know his middle name is Juan. That's what the J stands for.
Interesting.
Arthur Juan Brown. That one threw me off. I'm not going to lie. Arthur Juan Brown is AJ Brown's real name. I would go with AJ too. Anyway, continue.
Well, let's go back to this because we're talking about top players of last year, right? That's what the voting was.
No, so basically what they're saying is coming into this season, who are the top 100 players?
I want to make sure I got this list right.
The list ain't finished.
Yeah, they don't have a whole list out yet.
They literally do it like.
What are we up to? We up to 60?
Yeah, probably. They do 10. They do 10. They do 10 players every week.
Yeah.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins has been in the same position both years, which is interesting.
I mean, not really, because he ended up missing 6 games last season because of a suspension. He ended up missing 6 games the year before because of an injury. So.
Yeah, I don't even know if he. Did he?
Titans weird on that one though. Titans very weird on that one. Everyone's
weird,
confused.
Dog.
It's
extra weird.
I'm not saying he won't have success there, but it's weird.
It was the same. Somebody was like, "You don't want to do that because Julio did that already." Like even that was weird.
Nah, when Julio went there though, you could kind of tell it. Julio was coming off a couple of injuries at that point. He was pulling a hammy. Matt Ryan hated him. I still wonder if they really hate each other, bro. Remember we was talking about that? How like Julio Jones
because I would pick that mug up in fantasy, and it was like 86 yards, no tutties, bro. And this would be for weeks.
86. I had him for a game. I think I traded him to you. I had him for a game. That man had 160 yards, no touchdown.
He'll do stuff like that. And it's like, bro, you don't.
Hey, 14 catches. It'd be like you was throwing to nobody but him until you got to the red zone.
We can't get a touch.
Yeah, I had to pull this up because I wanted to sit there and see exactly what the reasoning was. Can't say I agree with it, but it is what it is. They have here's the people they have Trevor Lawrence with: Dalvin Cook at 91, running back; Marlon Humphrey, Eric Kendricks, Terry McLaurin. Get that one, but he has I have a comment about that.
I ain't gonna lie.
Jamal Williams, another running back.
I'm not gonna lie. I would put Terry McLaurin above a lot of people on that list. Though.
Harrison Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tristan Wirfs, Devonta Smith. He's 4 spots ahead of Devonta Smith. What? Like, I'm not even a big Trevor Lawrence fan. I'm really not. I'm just like speaking objectively. Like, who comes up with that list to put him with that group of guys? That collection of guys, and even Terry McLaurin, like you mentioned. Like, who comes up with that selection of guys and say, yeah, they're the end of the list? There's like,
But
them two names should be a lot higher.
You also have to remember, kid, 8 of the teams that voted on him saw him while he sucked. Like Trevor Lawrence went up against 8 of them teams and they were like, nah, he's not good. Remember, like the beginning of the season, this man was just okay. And he was throwing picks left and right. And the Jaguars were losing. I think they won their first game. They lost their next 7. And then they won their next 7. And they might have won their next 8. And it was a loss or something like that.
They won their
but like they went on a crazy run and then they won a playoff game. So a lot of the teams that are looking at him are probably like, he wasn't that good.
I think it was after they came off London, to be exact, they had went on that run.
Let's see. Let's look up the Jaguars schedule here last year because it goes to the point of like, yes, I probably still would have had Justin above or Trevor Lawrence above Justin Fields because I think in my mind right now he's gotten to work with this team. Now he's gotten to figure out kind of the players that he has down there, and he's going to come back with a vengeance. But I also understand half of the league looking at him and being like, man, that mug was also, y'all have to think about the playoff game that he won as well. Yes, he won the playoff game. But remember in that first half, he had 4 picks and like 40 yards.
The funny thing is, though, last season, he only had 8 picks.
Yeah, they all came early.
I'm just saying, though, he only had 8 picks. For someone who threw the ball nearly 600 times, that's pretty good.
I mean, but you gotta remember.
It's 25 touchdowns, 8 INTs.
That's 2-1. That's okay. It's a little over 2-1.
It's actually 3-1.
I think
that is 3-1. So
Second
basically,
year, bad coach first season, dropped him.
Not bad. No, horrible.
I mean, hey, listen, you're making my case, baby. like, I'm just saying, like, if you said horrible,
no,
like you said horrible, like last season he was 12-17.
This is how last season went. They lost first week to the Commanders, beat the Colts, beat the Chargers. That's actually hilarious. Hey, dog stomped the Chargers. They were 2-1. Then lost to Philly, lost to Houston, lost to the Colts, lost to the Giants, lost to Denver, beat the Raiders, lost to the Chiefs, beat bye week, beat Baltimore, lost to Detroit, and then went on a run and finished out the season. They lost to the Chiefs in the divisional round. But some of them losses were just like, wow, you scored 6 points against the Texans. You scored, and listen, it's for me, the case to be made is, did he learn his team in the second half of the season? But I also can see why players are looking at Justin Fields as the better talent, because I think the players on the field also look at last season and say, even Terry McLaurin said it, right? Like Terry McLaurin talked about it and said he's never complained, even though they've taken everything away from him.
I get it. Those are the same players that has Tua Tagovailoa rated higher than both of them, and you can't tell me.
I mean, Tua was cold last season until he started slamming his head on the ground. Go back. I know why. No, I know why. You got to do it, kid. Go back and watch flip the plays. Go watch his highlights, but do like the mirror version of the play. It looks better. It's so weird. I swear.
I gotta look at the mirror version of it,
bro. Because when you see him throwing the ball right-handed, it looks normal.
Oh, you're saying because he's a lefty?
Because it looks so weird to us, bro. I swear. Go back and look at the mirror version of the play. You're gonna be like, oh, he was throwing darts.
Yeah,
because that ball come out of there. Hey, look, I agree with you. Me and you was both looking at the same thing. He let that ball go. We'd be like,
it's lofting in the air. It's like it shouldn't be.
Bro, but it's on the money every time.
But it gets to the man be food. Wait a minute now.
Well, I mean, you do got Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
He has one of the best, if not the best, receiving core in the league. He should be. He should have these numbers. I mean, he still had less yards than Trevor Lawrence. I know he got injured, but injuries are part of the game. I'm not going to give him that.
That's why. I think
that should be a vote in the favor of Justin, though. Now you're talking about Justin Fields not coming in with Byron Pringle and N'Keal Harry. That sounds gross. That was really our best wide receivers. Yeah. Now you're talking about Justin coming in with DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney back in the slot where he was 1,000-yard receiver. Chase Claypool, if he can stay healthy, as your number 2 guy. Who Tyler Scott said, if by the way, because the government just dropped that there's aliens that are for real and just kind of moved past it and nobody cared. I also like that too.
They testified at Congress about it,
and, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, no, they real.
It's a big thing here. Like,
hey, now you know what my favorite thing was? Black folks was like, are the aliens gonna pay my bills? Like, I don't care. We didn't trust y'all in the beginning. Oh my God, you lied to us. Like,
oh man.
But Tyler Scott basically said if anybody was an alien, it would be Chase Claypool, just because like
that was funny.
Naturally built like a football player. Hey, after we ended the interview, I was like, man, I hope he ain't just out a real alien out here. Like, what if that was true?
Wow.
Chase just get him in the back. So what do you know? Wait a minute, hold on, dog.
I've been living amongst you for some time now.
He says, "Hey, we just put together a hodgepodge of what we thought a good-looking alien would look like. Just give him this freakishly athletic, comical TikTok lover. Let's put him out there. Like."
Nah, he said it's because of how he's built. He's way bigger than you think he is in person, which he is. I saw that man standing there. I was like, oh, you are 6'5". Like first off, until you see 6'5" in football cleats and all of that, it's like Jesus. So he's a big dude. But then on top of that, he said how he run routes, he just go through people. It's weird. Like he don't like try to get around you. He just like right through you.
Excuse me.
He can phase through people. Yeah, I mean aliens. But no, I just think that I think the weaponry that we're seeing on the Bears now. And listen, we saw right like you saw it last season. You were the biggest Jalen Hurts detractor 3 years ago. And then you saw when they were like, hey, so how's a number 1 wide receiver sound to you and a sidekick? All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts could pass. Like, I don't care what it's not like there's this magical moment where players just are like, I can throw the football now. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. And 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts couldn't pass. And when you go back and look at it, it's a lot of tip passes. It's a lot of balls that are thrown. It's a lot of, I know if I throw this football, somebody's not going to catch it, so I'm going to take off. And then the year after that, I mean, he had Aguilar, for God's sakes. Come on.